Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to another lesson. Today we're going to look at one particular application of percentages, and that is income tax. So whenever you earn money, you have to pay tax to the government so they have money to spend on other important things. Before we start, we need to look at a few terms. So first one is gross income. So this is the amount of money that someone earns before the government takes any away for tax. Okay, this is the amount that you would get offered a salary as, but after you get paid, you have to pay tax on that. Next is a deduction. Okay, so this is an expense that is taken away from your gross income. It basically makes it so you have to pay less tax. Okay, so it is deducted from your gross income. Next is tax withheld. Okay, so when you need to pay tax, it's usually a lot of money over the course of a year. So your employer makes it easier by taking it out of your salary every month. Right, so it is withheld from your income, so you have to pay less at the end of the year, or hopefully nothing. Next one is assessable income. Okay, so this is when your gross income has had its deductions taken out of it. That's the amount that you actually need to pay tax on. We'll look more at that in another lesson though. And net pay, this is the amount you actually receive, the amount that will actually go into your bank account after you've paid tax. Okay, so there's 5 important terms that we need to remember. But first, let's have a look at a payslip. Okay, so this is a payslip from when I was working in Australia. It has all those things that I just showed you on it, or most of them anyway. Okay, so you'll see that there is a gross income. Okay, so say in this particular period of time, this is how much money I was paid. That was my gross income. Next, you see these two things here. This was money that was taken out of my payment. So that was my tax withheld. And at the end of it all, this is the amount of money I got. This was my net pay. Okay, so I would get one of these every single fortnight in Australia, every 2 weeks. And it basically told me how much money I was getting paid, how much tax I had to pay, and how much was going to actually end up in my bank account. Okay, next, let's look at how we actually pay tax. So income tax is called a progressive tax. So that means the more you earn, the higher the tax rate. Okay, and that little table there shows you basically how much tax everybody pays in Thailand. Okay, so your income per year is shown there, and then you get taxed a different rate depending on which tax bracket you are in. Okay, so the way this works, so say for example someone earns 600,000 baht per year, this is how they will get their tax done. So first, we look at the first 0 to 150,000, so that's in this one here. And in that much, they get exempt. That means you don't pay any tax on the first 150,000 baht that you earn each year. Next, we go to the next one. So in this one here, that's how much they'll pay. So in the 150,000 to 300,000 tax bracket, the amount of money in here is 300,000 minus 150,000. 150,000, and on all that money you will pay 5%. So for that piece of your income, you'd have to pay 7,500 baht to the government. Okay, we still have some more left over, so we go to the next one. So now we look at the next one. So in this bracket here, 300 to 500,000, that is 200,000 baht in that little bracket there, and on that they would have to pay 10%. So for that 200,000 baht, 10% of that goes to tax, so it would be 20,000. Okay, we're only up to 500,000. This person got 600. We need to keep going. So now we look at the next one. So in this one here, between 500 and 750,000, you pay 15%. Okay, so the amount that this person has earned over 500,000 is 100. Okay, so 600,000 minus 500,000, and on that they pay 15%. So in that bit, they would pay 15,000 baht. So that means the total amount they need to pay in a year is the sum of all those parts. Add them all together. So this person would have to pay 42,500 baht in total for a year's worth of tax. Okay, so a simpler way of looking at the table though, okay, so it makes your calculation a little bit easier, is this one here. So again, these are the different tax groups down the side here. They're the different groups. These are the tax rates, so the same as before. And this one here basically tells you how much tax you paid in the brackets before. Okay, so in this one here, you pay nothing. In this one here, the amount of tax you paid in the first bracket was 0, so I'll put a 0 there. In the next one down though, if you get it into this bracket here, you've gone through this, you paid nothing. The 7,500 comes from the amount of tax you pay in here, okay, which would have been 150,000 times 5%. Okay, then if you go to the next one, the 27,500, that would include all the tax paid in this one, all the tax paid in this one, and then add another amount for this one here. So in this one here, there's 200,000 baht, so 200,000 times 10%. So now they've already paid 27,500. You just need to calculate how much would be in this one here. So an example of how you would do that, say you have an annual income of 250,000. So that's in the 150 to 300,000 tax bracket. It's in this one here. So the amount you pay is 5% times however much more you earn than 150,000. So that's what this part is here. So that's going to be 5% of 100,000, which is 5,000 baht. Okay, so now if you earn 700,000 baht in a year instead, first find out what bracket it is. So you're going to be in this one here. So the amount of tax you pay will be however much you earn more than the 500,000. So that's going to be 700 minus 500,000, and on that you pay 15%. And then you need to add on the accumulated amount here. So add another 27,500. So you just need to work out what that is. So 15% of 200,000 will be 30,000 plus 27,500, 57,500 in total. Okay. If we look at a little bit further, now 2.4 million, 2,400,000 baht. So this time you'll be in the 2 million to 5 million bracket. Okay, so if you looked back at the table, you would see that in that bracket there, you pay 30% for everything you earn over 2 million. Okay, so that's what this bit is here. And the accumulated amount in that table was 365,000. So work out what that is. 30% times 400,000 plus another 365,000. So 120,000 plus 365,000 is 485,000. And last one, 120,000 baht. So this time you're in the 0 to 150,000 bracket baht, which was an exempt one. So you didn't pay any tax. Okay, so this is just a quick little intro to income tax. We're going to look at it more on Thursday when we have our actual lesson in class. So I hope you've watched this video. See you on Thursday.